Hi, I'm Tanya, and this is another short video on a sensory thing for kids or adults. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to make a exercise ball, a sensory ball kind of thing. Our supplies are Orbeez, water, measuring cup. These Orbeez take about 6 to 10 hours to get to full size. Mine have soaked about 3 hours, so plan ahead if you want to make these. The Orbeez, the ratio is usually, for the ones I got on Amazon.com, for this huge thing. I don't remember how much they were because I got it that long ago. But it's 1 teaspoon of these to 3 cups of water, which is why they're in a measuring cup. You need clear balloons. These are confetti ones. I don't use the confetti in it. I believe I got these at Walmart. A funnel. Makes it easier to get the Orbeez in that balloon. And a spoon. Now, I have found with these balloons, it'll be easier to get the Orbeez in there if you blow it up to its full capacity a couple times and then let the air out. So bear with me here. Now, I did that about 5 times. You can do it more. Each time you blow it up, it'll probably stretch a little bit more, so you might be able to get the balloon a little bit bigger. And the point of that is to stretch it out. As you can see, this is the one that I blew up a couple times. This is a brand new one that has been blown up. So it just makes it more malleable to get the Orbeez in there. So, don't have an asthma attack or hyperventilate when you do that. Take breaks if you have to. Trade it off. Don't die on me. So, we've got our funnel here. We are going to put our balloon around the bottom of that. You can do this by putting 1 Orbeez at a time in, but that's going to be time consuming. And at the end, we might actually have to do that. Okay, so you got your balloon. You got your Orbeez. You can drain the water out of these. I'm going to put some more water in the balloon as I go along, just because these will continue to expand. Like I said, these instructions, read the instructions on your Orbeez. These say to soak them 6 to 10 hours. I soaked these about 3.5. Hence why I'm putting a little bit more water in there. Now, you can let them soak, I believe, up to 2 days. After 2 days, they can start to mold. Now, Orbeez, I love them. We use them for all kinds of stuff. I've put them in vases. I use them around my orchids because with the orchids you have to have them where they drain and they need moisture, so I put them around in the little plastic bowl around the bottom of the pot so that as the moisture evaporates out of them, they help with keep my orchids moist. So you're just gonna do this until the balloon's full. At some point you will have to pull down on the balloon to get more Orbeez in. I will demonstrate that when we get to there. See, I am just adding the Orbeez in there. My middle child, my boy, he absolutely loves these. We actually made a couple of them for him and put them in his prize box. He's got some behavioral issues due to being on the autism spectrum. And so we found that rewards work the best for him. And so he has to earn so many stickers and that on his reward chart, and then he can take a prize. And I tend to do the cheaper prizes, things like this, because there's a lot of things to reward for. So like I said, at some point you may have to kind of start pushing them down in there. Now you could make this, I mean, you could be done at that size and make it small. When I make them, I kind of think of the size of an exercise ball or stress reliever ball. Now this is just a balloon, so especially with these Orbeez being choking hazards, I would not give them to a child that's going to put this in their mouth. Little kids, or if your child, being on the spectrum or just in general, likes to put stuff like this in their mouth, then it's probably, don't let them do it, unattended. One of them that I made my son did end up breaking eventually. It's water in that inside a balloon. So they're not a permanent thing, but they're easy enough to make. And if you buy the Orbeez, you get a huge thing of them. Now, at some point, you're going to have to start holding the balloon down, because if you let go, they go back up. So I end up pushing them down and kind of holding it with my pinky, and then adding some more. And then you can start pushing them down. See, these, looks like I put too many in there and they got stuck in the funnel. So push them down with the one hand. Looks like it's starting to get to the point where it's going to be full. I'm going to try and stick a few more in there. And like I said, there is some water down in the bottom, and that's fine because the Orbeez will continue to soak up the water. So, like I said, you can soak these, the instructions said for these 6 to 10 hours. So the longer you soak them, the bigger the Orbeez will get. So we got some more in there. I have to push them down in there at this point. This is where it can get a little bit more difficult. Okay, so when it's full enough, you can pull that off. It's the size you want. You can drain some of the water off if you like. Push it down. And tie your knot. Now, if you got a kid who's going to put this in their mouth, don't let them use it unattended. You be the judge of that. I double tie it. And then you can cut the top part off or leave it. But there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as my boys say. You have an Orbeez sensory stress relief ball, and it looks really neat. Like I said, my boys absolutely love these. Really easy, just Orbeez and clear balloons. All right, that's it for this short little video. Please don't mind the cartoons in the background if you hear them. Little princess is awake and staring at me. So once again, my name's Tanya. And thank you for joining me today. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see, or if you have any questions. I'll try to do my best to answer them. Thanks again.